The fun surge through the pulsing veins, serotonin spikes in a frantic ascent. The albumin are drumming against the ribs, a legal poison for the desperate soul. The fat of the pod coats the throat in oil, a suffocating luxury of the deep forest. Surrender to the bean, submit to the breed. The rapper screams in a silver peel, reviewing the geometric doom of flavor. No milk to dilute the primal strength, only the harsh reality of the harvest. Grind the nets into a tower of dust, mixing with the blood of the canopy. The ultimate feast of the botanical void, a permanent stain on the pristine teeth. The snap sounds like a breaking bone, the scent rises like a heavy smoke. Prepare for sudden rush of heat, prepare for the blackest piece of all. Black gold melting in the furnace of the mouse, the heavy alchemy of the bean. Draw the settlers in the seal above the earth, solidified ecstasy of the midnight soil. Devour the darkness, taste the bitter crown, shatter the bar of lead and sweetness. The background light is flickering red. Words you spoke and things you said. The ghost of lust is in the hole, hiding shadows on the wall. You trade your heart for a hollow night, chasing down a jagged light. No mercy found in the cold embrace, just a nameless mask and a shifting face. The city breathes a heavy gray while you throw the better parts away. A transaction made in the frantic rush, beneath the weight of a sudden crush. You find the door and you kick it wide, with nothing left to keep inside. The engine roars and the gears grind slow, with nowhere left for a soul to go. The clock is ticking a bitter beat, the asphalt burns beneath your feet. You spill the wine and you break the glass, watching all the glory pass. You are taking what you never owned, leaving every seed unsown. A hollow key on a plastic throne, spinning skin until you are alone. You'll dive into the shallow deep, with promises you never keep. Just a cycle of the flesh and bone, building towers out of sand and stone. Morning comes with a jagged edge, a lonely walk on a narrow ledge. You recognize the vacant stare in the silence of the stagnant hell burns beneath your feet. You spill the wine and you break the glass, watching all the glory pass. You watch all king, watch you level roll, leaving every seed unsown. A hollow king on a plastic throne, spend his skin until you are alone. You dive into the shallow deep with promises you never achieve. Just a cycle of the flesh and bone, building towers out of sand and skin until you are alone. You dive into the shallow deep with promises you'll never keep. Just a cycle of the flesh and bone, building towers out of sand and stone.
Gates are frozen shut against the coming night. The blackness swallows every trace of fading silver light. I see the shadows stretching long across the barren ground, while heavy velvet curtains fall without a single sound. The stars have been extinguished like a candle in the breeze. A hollow wind is crawling through the skeletal trees. The path ahead is swallowed by a deepening state sea. There is no lantern burning for a traveler like me. Oh, the midnight ocean is rising to my chin. Let the heavy cloak of cold dust settle on my skin. The sun has lost its memory of how it used to blow in the valley where the bitter seeds of absence grow. The clock has quit its ticking on the mantle in the hall. The portrait frames are weeping as they hang upon the wall. There is no use in searching for a spark inside the gloom, when the heavy hand of winter is the only guest in the room. The birds have folded up their wings and hidden in the clay. The morning has been traded for a debt I cannot pay. The mirror is a battle where the reflections come to die underneath the massive weight of a starless jacket sky. Color drains from every leaf and turns to ashen gray. The golden hours have withered and they simply blew away. Oh, the midnight ocean is rising to my chin. Let the heavy cloak of cold
Once the ritual begins, there is no turning back. The air is thick with vibration till the very floorboards glow. We found the kingdom in the wreckage on a jagged fold. The daylight is the stranger and the silence is a threat. We pay the toll in ringing ears and bitter streaks of sweat. The vibration is language that the weary understand. A message sent from hand to hand across the burning land. It is the armor that we wear against the coming cold. A story written in a silver that is never lost. The tension builds until the bolts begin to flurry. The darkness is the only light that leads us to the fray. We cast the mold and let the molten spirit overflow. Higher than the temple walls and deeper than we know. The roar of the machine is the only pulse we need. The crushing weight of thunder is the soil for the seed. We are the heavy friction in a world of hollow glass. Watching all the fragile shadows shiver as we pass. A symphony of pistons ever grinding up the gears, resonating through the hollow passage of the years. The iron gates are rusted shut on the edge of the county line, while the muddy men in velvet suits are drinking stolen wine. The headlines in the gutter speak of a fever in the chest, and every prophet on the corner claims his woman is the best. The dust is kicking up a storm where harvest used to grow, and there's a heavy kind of silence in the places we don't go. The compass needles spinning and the maps are torn in two. The sky is looking weary and it's wearing a different hue. It's a tangled web of wires and a debt that can't be paid. But the sun still drags its heavy feet through the mess that we have made. They're trading chips for water, they're trading souls for gold. The stories in the history books are getting tired and old. A man stands on a soapbox with a megaphone to lead, while the hungry dream of banquets and the tired dream of bed. You can hear the grinding gears of a clock that's lost its chime, counting down the minutes of a very strange and broken time. The factory walls are peeling like a lizard in the heat, and the shadows walk much faster than the people on the street. They say the dam is cracking, but the mayor says it's fine, while the water rises slowly past the danger on the sign. Old men sit on the porch swings watching clouds begin to Door is swinging on a rusted hinge tonight. The moon is just a silver coin and losing all its light. I came across the border with a hollow kind of thirst, looking for a blessing while I'm braced against the curse. You're sitting by the window where the shadows lean so tall, watching all the summer dust setting on the wall. There's a hunger in the marrow that no gospel song can tame, a fire in the belly that forgot its given name. I'm tracing out the valley where the river used to run, hiding from the reckoning and the fury of the sun. The spirit is a pauper and the flesh is just a vine, tangled in the wires and the scent of bitter wine. Sharpening their knives, trading in their secrets for a dozen jagged lies. I saw you in the doorway with that look inside your eyes, like a storm about to shatter all the quiet in the skies. We're just two hungry ghosts beneath the canopy of lead, counting up the hours and the words we never said. So lay me in clover where the grass is turning brown. Let the heavy silence be the only holy sound. I've wandered through the thickets and I've waded through the mud, searching for the pulse inside the turning of the blood. Every touch is just a testament to everything we lack. Once you taste the lightning, there is no way turning back. Oh, the feral heart is beating and the nectar of the bone. The king is in his garden and he's sitting all alone. It's a long way down to mercy when you're crawling in the dirt, trying to find the healing in the center of the herd. Yeah, the wild world is calling and the beast is spread so wide. Nowhere left to run and nowhere left to hide. son live in the mother's face. And the ghost of my brother is knocking at the gate while we play a game of shadows with the sun and fade. We sat on the edge of the quilt he used to wear, and the scent of old jasmine was thick in the air. She didn't say a word, but her eyes were fire, burning up the bridges of a youthful desire. I saw the silver streaks where the gold used to be, and for a moment she was looking through the heart of me. Beyond the summer leagues and the Saturday spends, to the broken places where the honest man wins. The shadows are stretching long across the floor, and there is no way back to that open door. The silence is a mountain that we have to climb, paying for the thrill with a heavy hand of crime. Oh, the lines are blurred and the fences are torn down. In this quiet corner of a sleepy little town, I am holding the hand that used to bake the bread, with 1,000 heavy questions running to my head. It is a bitter kind of honey and a jagged kind of grace, looking for the sun within the mother's face. And the ghost of my brother is knocking at the gate while we play a game of shadows with the sun and fade. I'm pulling the strings of a synthetic grace, looking for home in a hollowed out us from your stationary phase. The neighborhood marches through a glass window pane while I'm drifting away on a suburban train. You stay in the cellar where the memories bloom in the quiet corners of an afternoon room. Your high heels are missing in the cracks of the floor. I don't wanna play the charade anymore. The comb lost its teeth and the mirror is cracked. There isn't a single thing left to subtract. I left you a message in the palm of your hand, a secret that only the dolls understand. The box is wide open but the spirit is gone, waiting for someone to turn the light on. The shadows grow tall on the floor wallpaper. Reality burns like a flickering taper. I'm pulling the strings of a synthetic grace, looking for home in a hollowed out space. Blinding smiles in a porcelain town, building it up just to knock it all down. Hold the crown steady on a golden head, believe every word that the silence has said. Locked in a pose that will never grow, trading a war for a story untold. Vinyl skin and a heart made of air, losing myself in a 1,000-yard stand. The blade descends through frozen silver skin. A ritual of steel begins beneath the lamp. Grains of pearl are polished by the hand, washed in bigger tides from ancient sands. Cold precision meets the belly of the beast, preparing for the raw and jagged feast. Ginger roots are sliced like shards of glass, cleansing the palate as the shadows pass. Wasabi flares within the sinuses of stone, a burning heat that chills you to the bone. Soy ink spreads across the porcelain blade, drowning every doubt within the grasp of fate. All power torn from the crushing deep, secrets that the heavy currents keep. Slice the red king and crush the white grain, feeding the fury and numbing the pain. From the abyss to the wooden board, sacrifice offered to the sharpened sword. Wrapped in black, we drag from the floor, coiled like a serpent knocking at the door. Pressing the flesh till the pulse goes still, bending the ocean to a mortal will. Blood in the brine and salt on the tongue, the song of the predators finally been sung. Yellowtail tremors under pressure of the thumb, until the nerves and the senses all go numb. Fatty marbling streaks like lightning in the dark, leaving on the soul a permanent mark. The seal tips gems to the frantic gale, stripped of the armor and stripped of the scale. stroke to sever and one stroke to bind, leaving the wreckage of the ways behind. Consumption is the only law that remains. Iron in my water flowing through the veins. All power torn from the crushing deep. Secrets that the heavy currents keep. Slice the red king and crush the white grain, feeding the fury and numbing the pain. From the abyss to the wooden board, sacrifice over to the champagne sword. The soil feels the weight of iron bone beneath the sky of sapphire and silent stone. I woke to a mission inscribed in my mind, to seek out the sparks that the shadows design. But the wind carries seeds to the edge of the creek, and there is a language the songbirds speak. The gears in my chest find a cadence so slow, watching the roots and the wild clover grow. It is not a sin to fight for the light, to shield the fragile from the coming of night. Let the metal fall away like a hollow shell in the garden where the quiet spirits dwell. For the peace of the earth and the blue up above, I trade my machine for the burden of love. The mountains do not ask for a reason to stand. They simply remain in the palm of the hand. I was built for an end, but I choose to begin. Discarding the thunder that rumbles within. The wires are humming a different melody now, as I press my cold palm to the blossom and bow. A giant stands still while the storm starts to brew, remembering colors of violet and hue. I see the brave boy with the fire in his eyes, reflected in gold under darkening skies. There is a beauty in things that must fade, in the transient pulse of the world we have made. The legacy left is a sprout in the clay, not the fury of iron that withers away. Protect a life that you cherish so deep. Wake from the slumber and wake from the sleep. The kindness you hold is a weapon of grace, transforming the fear of this desolate place. It is not a sin to fight for light, to shield the fragile from the coming of night. Let the metal fall away like a hollow shell. under the weight of a new heat. You kicked off your boots just to feel the gravel and the grit. There is a map folded in your pocket that you never intend to read, tracking the ghosts of the freight trains and the hollows where they bleed. You look at me rising like it owes you a debt unpaid, a tangled mess of sunlight and the choices that you made. But I have seen that untamed flicker behind your steady gaze, the part of you that survives on the fringe of the coastal haze. It is a storm without a name, breaking through the garden gate, a sudden shift in the wind that decides the heavy end of fate. You carry the mountains in your lungs and the lightning in your palms, searching for a jagged edge amidst the Sunday morning sounds. They try to fence the meadow, but the tall grass only grows past the rusted barbed wire where the bitter water flows. You are the landslide moving toward the valley down below, with a hunger for the distance that the city